All right, now you see why there's so much of the stuff that I'm finding now that I've taken you through a mound complex and what to really look for. You know what I mean? But I'll get back to some more of this here in a little bit, but that's exactly why I'm finding all of that. Capiche? That's equivalent to the place I just showed you in Henry County on the other side of the river. That's what they're doing on that side. That's what they're doing to that. Okay, now this still has rock around it, around the base of it, behind that house. And behind that one, there's still rock around the base of that mound stacked up. And this is the motel where I'm at. And this is a pyramid mound. Tiered 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the very top. And that's the path I've been working, and that's the creek I've been getting stuff out of. All from this motel room right here. You can still kind of see it, but right here is one side, and then behind it's another. And the one behind it's usually dark, and the one in front is usually lighter. But now we're coming along the ridge mound that comes out into a large mound, signifying this is people of the Great Hill right there. That's where you go up on it. And down here is where it comes out. And there used to be rocks at the base of this with a head and hands for a turtle. You can still see outcroppings where they were. Like right down here on the right somewhere. There would have been like a paw or a foot. Like somewhere in there. Real big, monolithic. Then the head would have been right there. Then on the other side of that would have been another paw print or whatever. Almost back to the motel. Alright, we should be coming up on my footprint on my map that I made, showing you the ridge mounds and going to the place where people of the hills are, which is 2, like the one I just showed you coming back in from the Ogallagee or Tennessee River. But right here on my map, where the footprint is usually a standing point where you stand and you'll see. I can't, you got cars in front of me, but right now it's one dark and one light, but it's the tree line that you'll see. And I got a truck in front of me, I can't do it.
I'm seriously thinking about getting a landline, but I don't know if I can get a better signal out there or not.
You probably should. But this is what a mound complex looks like. It's not just in one spot. It's probably the whole state. If you got one, you got the whole state full of them. And it says Onondawaga, people of the Great Hill, are the mound builders. Forgot where I was going with that, but anyway. They've developed all that back there now. They've clear cut pretty much down here on the other side, where the other road back there is all clear cut. This side not so much yet, but they're working their way over. Oh, that's supposed to be water down there. In between all these places, it's supposed to be water. That's where they diverted and dammed up the rivers so that we can travel and traverse and make our living the way we used to. In fact, I don't really think there's anybody making much money on cargo in the water. Look how big this one is. That one right here was massive. Of course, somebody lives there. That's back to, that's 232 right there. That stops at an intersection with Triangle Ponds. In the shape of our ancestral territories, pointing in the direction where you can find permanent water. And it's also in between places that, you know, you can stop and let your horse drink. And then there's round water holes. There's those isosceles triangle water holes. There's square water holes. And there's those water holes shaped like geodes, like a figure 8. That's ancestral stuff. There's now that's just as far away from the water on this side as Mama Mia's Pizza is on the other side down here, because both of those places were checkpoints to go any further. Now that's an old cabin right here, log cabin, and those have been here since first contact. Our ancestors made those. Those are the ones that in 1539 they were talking about occupying when they kidnapped one of the leaders, or representatives rather. Now we're getting ready to cross over back into Stewart County. Now there must have been something humongous there. But on the other side of the bridge, on the bank, is the 5 miles, letting you know you're entering 5 Nations territory. Even though this is an extension of 5 Nations. But speaking, you know, from a point of view that someone wouldn't know that wasn't indigenous, you know. There would have been a castle or a pyramid right there, probably. On this side, the pyramid might have been there, and on the other side, it was in the cove across from what I'm getting ready to show you. They just spent $30 million on that place right now. $30 million. That's the Hogohigi, Tennessee River. Okay, now, right about there is where the pyramid was. And right over here on this side is the 5 mounds. They go all the way to the cove right there. There's a cove in between there. They'll let you know you've got 5. It may be 6. I could be wrong. And they're easier to see and distinguish when it's fall. It's hard to see with all that foliage on them. But when it's fall, you could definitely see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 6. And then right across, right there would have been a pyramid, and then these 6 mounds right here. 6 Nations, my bad. And that's the main channel to the Hogohigi. Right here, exactly right here is where the stronghold was. This is the land bridge that attached to the stronghold right here, and then it was open from here over. There was no bridge. Not until we stopped using the ports. Now here's the way you see them real good. Oh yeah. Okay, now we're back in Stewart County. There you go. You can see them a little bit better, a little more definitive right here. Well, that means this is now 6 Nations territory. People of the Big Hill. Right there's the Big Hill. 6 Nations. People of the Great Hill. People of the hills, people of Flying Flint, people of Standing Stone, and people of the Great Swamps. Yo. That was a little eagle. That's a face right there. think this is that spot right here. And then they crossed the river, and then they went a little ways, and they crossed another river. So that would be the swampy place right here, and then the first river being the Hagogi or the Tennessee River, and then the second one being the Orioto or Cumberland River, and then the third one, more than likely, depending on which way they went, would either be Chicagua, Mississippi River, or either the Genesee Ohio River, one of those two, but it's in order. Trail marker I missed is down here. I missed it on the way in. It should be right there on the right. Or did I get it? No. Those are all probably markers. Alright, still in Henry County. That's the rock quarry right there. I don't know which one. I'm guessing probably a granite. Probably all of them, who knows. There's a nice little interesting oval. Now we're going for the right side on the return to Stewart County. This is Paris on my way to Stewart. There goes a big shadow. That could have been a mound cemetery too, just flattened out and then repurposed with just regular burials. That's an old tree right there. That's possibly a marker too. This is where that trail marker is, just right up here on the right. It's hard to catch sometimes, so I want to make sure I get it. It's in this yard right here. Should be right in there somewhere. Oh, come on, where is it? I've been to Johnson, I got some lead and some granite from there.